record.
Yeah, yeah, I almost missed that. Okay, so now that we're recording, we can get to the point. And today we are going to talk about the Prife International Marketing Plan. So one of the biggest advantages of the Prife International Marketing Plan is that it is the same plan globally. So we can actually go through the entire plan, and it is going to apply in the same way to all of you. And I'm maybe going to spend about like half an hour walking through the plan, and then we're going to spend the next half an hour discussing some strategies. And when we talk about strategies, a lot of these would like apply directly to any one of you who are just joining the business. So you're just laying out your account, you're first starting, and it's going to be a lot easier for you to just like start with a strategy in mind. But even if you've been in the company for a while, it doesn't matter. It's not a big deal. As long as you understand what are the different strategies and you understand what are your goals in this business. And when I talk about goals, and that could surprise some of you, maybe some of you are like, don't we all have the same goals in this business? And the truth is, not really. It depends on what you want. Like, I mean, me personally, as a human being, I am all about the money, ka-ching, ka-ching, right? So every single strategy that I do is directly aimed to bring me the maximum amount of money possible. But at the same time, direct selling companies also offer a lot of perks. And one of the most important perks that you get in a direct selling company compared to like any other forms of industry is active recognition, because this is all about an individual effort success in this industry. It's you and what you do. So the direct selling industry, and Prife International especially, also has a lot of ranks and recognitions that are associated with this company. And if your goal is to not only make money but to also go up in rank, then there are different strategies that we're going to need to take a look at. So with that with that introduction, let's get right onto it. I'm about to share my slides right now. Let me do that. Okay. These aren't my usual
May
slides. I kind of,
may I
yes,
ask a question?
yes, please. Yes, Rosemary.
Some people are trying to get on the call, and they
Okay.
need the whole link, not just the number at the Zoom ID. They need the whole link because they're on their phones.
Okay.
Are you
Uh,
able to put it? Are you able to put in the chat what the whole link is to get onto your call tonight?
I think I would. Okay.
If you could put it
Uh,
on your yeah, that's cool. Thank you. That's what I
yeah.
wanted. Sorry to interrupt.
No worries. All good. And I hope that helps a lot of people as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. Thanks.
Okay. To everyone else joining us, hi guys. We are talking about the marketing plan here. Uh, I got these slides from a colleague who used them on Saturday to talk about the marketing plan. I'm just going to go with his slides because he designed them for an international audience, but I may be breaking it down differently. Okay, let's go. All right, wait, no, before we get into the slides proper, I want to talk about one thing. So the company does not look at the marketing plan officially in this way, but I have found that when I explain it to people, it makes it a lot easier if you understand that the marketing plan rewards you for three different categories of activities. The first category of activity is the people that you directly sponsor. So every single person that you sponsor directly, that where you put your name as the sponsor for that person, you're going to get the sponsor bonuses and the sponsor product point. So the sponsor bonus and the sponsor product point are given to you when you directly sponsor someone, and that's the first category. The second category is the development of your team. For every level your team goes down, you get level pairing. And for every bit of width that your group grows in, you get group pairing. We're going to look at the nitty-gritty in a bit, but this is just an overview. So every level your group goes down, you get level pairing. Every bit of width that you get group pairing. And why do I separate it from the first activity? Because level pairing and group pairing are given to you regardless of who is the sponsor. So Sponsor bonus and sponsor product points are only given to the sponsor. Level pairing and group pairing are given to you for every bit of depth and width that your group goes in, independent of who the sponsor is, because the person could be sponsored by your upline, the person could be sponsored by your downline. It doesn't matter. As long as your team grows, you make money. The third category of activities is in the success of the people that you sponsor. So you would have sponsored some people, and as they start to make group pairing bonus, you're going to get leadership bonus. We're going to look at that in a bit. As they start to maintain, you get your uni-level bonus, which is an overriding of maintenance. And as they start to go up in rank, you start to go up in rank, which is your I-Elite ranking and the one-time bonuses and the global profit sharing. So you get rewarded for each person that you direct sponsor. You get rewarded when your team, when your placement group grows in depth and width, and you get rewarded when the people that you sponsor either make money or start to become successful. And I split these into these categories just to show you that the level pairing and the group pairing you get from the development of your team, independent of sponsor. So now that we have those three categories in mind, let's kind of look at the slides. And because I'm going to try to cover strategizing, like the facts of the marketing plan, as well as to talk about some business strategies later. And when we talk about the strategies, that's going to be a lot more interactive. I'm going to let you guys unmute yourself and ask a bunch of questions directly related to your business at the moment. But for now, this is going to be more of a factual sharing from me. Okay, so the marketing plan, and first things first. So this marketing plan, like other marketing plan slides, contains projections of best case scenarios. Whenever we encounter one of those, I'm going to point that out very clearly. And all the calculations that I'm going to show you are going to be based on realistic network projections. The slide that I'm using uh, has optimistic best case scenarios. But for any person who has been in this industry, I think a fact of the industry is that no one has a perfect network. No one goes from like 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 1 to 8. That almost rarely happens. And in fact, you will see that even within our company's marketing plan itself, it does not reward growth like that versus different kinds of positioning in the network. It is always very, very important to remember and to be able to distinguish which are realistic network income projections and which are optimistic best case projections. So with that out of the way, let's get into the realistic numbers of what we're looking at. So first things first, and these prices in USD are for certain markets. So different markets have different prices. The base price, which can be found in Malaysia, Indonesia, and the Philippines, a silver package is $320. A silver package consists of one product that is 200 PV, which is either a wand or an ion shield or the water filter thing, seven wonders. Anything that is 200 PV is a silver package. Anything that is 600 PV, be that 1 premium or 3 classic, is the gold package. And anything that is 2000 PV or higher, whether it is the pro or like 10 classics, or even like, I want to say something like 3 premiums and 2 classics, which would make 2000 PV, and that should allow you to enter with a diamond package, because it's not really the products in themselves, it is the PV that we're looking at. And these are the prices for the different countries that we have in Prife International. This is just a small sampling of the different prices that we have. As you can see, the Malaysia, Indonesia, Philippines market is 320 USD. And as it starts to go to neighboring countries, you just start getting taxes and all kinds of other stuff added in. Singapore, Taiwan, Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, and Brunei have it at $350. I'm going to talk mostly on the classic, but the prices for the premium and the pro are on the screen as well. I just want to point out that, for example, the price in the US is 380 USD and the price in India is 463.60. And I kind of joke that like it's not the most expensive. The most expensive would be Europe, and where the price is 499 US dollars. But 500 US dollars for a European person is a lot different than 463 dollars for a person from India. And people still buy it. The product is so good that regardless of the price, it still has a huge market everywhere. Some of these changes in prices are really not in the hands of the company. For example, India has some legal rules regarding electronic products made in China, brought to India are taxed an additional 20% or something, a lot of that internal stuff. But these are the prices that we're looking at. And the bonuses that I mentioned earlier, the ones that fall into the three categories, are these 7 bonuses. For every person that you sponsor directly, you get the direct sponsor bonus and the product point. As your group develops in depth, you get your level pairing. As your group develops in width, you get group pairing. The leadership bonus is what they call here as the matching bonus. The uni-level bonus is what they call here as the maintenance bonus. And the I-Elite bonuses are what they call here as the ranking bonuses. So the matching, maintenance, and ranking bonuses, the last 3, are given based on the success of the people that you sponsor directly. Okay, so all bonuses are calculated based on PV. So if you look at the Malaysian prices, the PV that we have for silver, the PV is 200 PV. The gold package is 600 PV, and the diamond package is 2000 PV. Now, these are mostly the same in every country. And I say mostly because I do know that there are some exceptions. For example, in India, a silver package that costs $463 is 250 PV. So a classic in Malaysia is 200 PV. A classic in the US is also, I believe, 200 PV. And a classic in India is 250 PV. And therefore, all the bonuses, since the bonuses are a percentage of PV, the payout is more. I believe that in Australia, it is 210 PV. If I am correct, and if anyone can confirm that, you guys can drop that in the chat. And if it is 200 PV in whichever country that you're talking from, you can let me know as well. So bonuses are calculated based on the PV. And now we come to the first set of bonuses that are given to you for directly sponsoring people. And while in terms of placement, you would only be able to place 2 people directly under you, and the other people you have to place below the 2 people, you can directly sponsor an unlimited number of people. For each person that you sponsor directly, you get 10% of the PV paid out to you as a bonus. In which case, in this case, if it is 200 PV in whatever country that you're listening in from, you will get $20 for sponsoring a silver. If you sponsor a gold, you get $60. And if you sponsor a diamond, you get $200. Okay. All packages can enjoy a 10% direct sponsor. What do they mean when they say fair? What they mean is it doesn't matter what package you are in. You could be a silver, you could be a gold, you could be a diamond. Your payout is based on the package that you sponsor, and it is 10% of the PV of the package that you sponsor. So you could be a silver, but you can still sponsor a gold and get the full payout for sponsoring a gold. Okay, that's the direct sponsor bonus. And next is the direct sponsor product point. Okay, but before we get into the product point, I just want to point out one thing, that the new account's first sponsor can only be placed in the left zone. What that convoluted sentence means is that for where the first person that an account sponsors would automatically be placed on the bottom left of the hierarchy. And it doesn't matter how many people are already there in between them. So for example, let's say you are A, right? And you sponsor B and you sponsor C. Oh, wait, okay. That's not what this example says. What a weird example. Okay, let's say this is you. You are A, right? You're A, and let's say, just ignore the C for a bit. Let's say that your upline has sponsored B underneath you, placing B in your left, and then B sponsors B1 and B2. So already you have ignoring C completely, just like pretend this is not here. Just looking at A, B, B1, and B2. So you are A, and your upline needing to place someone has placed B underneath you, and then B has sponsored B1 and B2. So you have an account and you already have 3 people under you. And now you're like, hey, I want to start doing something. I have this one guy under me and he has 2 people under him. If I can place my first person on my right, then I can get a level pairing with the first person I bring in, right? Wrong. You don't get to do that because the first person that you sponsor is automatically placed on the bottom left. And it doesn't matter how many people exist. Your second person onwards can be placed anywhere. So let's say after you sign A1, then your second person is now C. Now you can sign up C, and then you will get a level pairing from B and C. I'll get into level pairing in a bit, but this is what we're looking at. So sponsor bonuses, 10% of the PV, and the placement of the first person that you sponsor is on the bottom left. Why is that a good thing? I think that is an amazing thing because, so, I mean, look at this. So some people have, when they start the business, they tend to have like one leg going on strong underneath them because your upline needed to place someone and they just place someone underneath you. But what if someone doesn't? What if someone just comes in blind into this business and it's just them? The first person that they sponsor would be placed on the left, and only from the second person that they sponsor do they get level pairing, right? So even though you have a team underneath you, by the first sponsored account being placed automatically on the bottom left, everybody contributes one account to the big leg, and then from their second account onwards, they can start to enjoy the level pairing. But before we get into the level pairing, let's get into the product point. So bonuses in this company are rewarded both in the form of cash that you can withdraw in your account and in the form of product points. So when you sponsor a person and you get the sponsor bonus, that is a cash bonus. So all cash bonuses are not, okay, how do I say this? All right. So bonuses in this company are paid out both in the forms of cash that you can withdraw and product points, right? Product points can only be used to redeem products. So when you sponsor someone, if you sponsor a silver, you're given $70 in product point. If you sponsor a gold, you're given $240 in product point. And if you sponsor a diamond, you are given $1,000 in product point. But all of the bonuses that you get cash, and I'm going to talk about this later. I believe this comes up later in the slides. But since I'm on the topic, I'm just going to talk about it a little bit now. All of the cash bonuses that you get from the sponsor bonus, the level pairing, the group pairing, the leadership bonus, etc., 80% of that is withdrawable and 20% of that is converted back into product point. And since I'm on that topic, I'm actually going to talk about why. So just like bear with me on this little detour. Why do that? Why don't the company just state, like now what they state is that when you sponsor someone, you get $20 in product point, right? $20 in your sponsor bonus, right? But in actuality, out of those $20, only $16 are withdrawable as cash, and $4, 20% of the amount, is converted back into product point. Now, why do that? Why not just state upfront when you sponsor someone, you get $16? And the reason is because of the way direct selling marketing plans are regulated and approved by the government, not just the government, also by the direct selling associations. And because this company has one plan for the entire world, the plan that is introduced must meet the legal requirements of every single direct selling law out there. In Malaysia, it would be the Direct Selling Act of 1993 and the regulations set by any government body that regulates direct selling companies in that country, which in Malaysia is the Ministry of Domestic Trade. So according to the law, what differentiates a legal direct selling company and, for example, an illegal direct selling company like a pyramid scheme or a Ponzi scheme that tend to use similar terminologies like downlines, networks, etc. They use similar terminologies, but they are out there not for a long time. Their main focus is not to sell a product. Their main focus is to get people to dump money into their scammy company so they can take that money and pay out the people at the top, right? The biggest difference is that scammy companies don't care about the product. They may even pay lip service to any kind of product or service, but the focus has always been in money. So what has always set legal, ethical direct selling companies apart is the steadfast focus into the product and the fact that most people become members in the company in order to buy the products. So when you have a legal and ethical direct selling company, in order for the marketing plan of that company to be legal and accepted worldwide, that company needs to show that its members use a portion of their income paid out to them by the company to repurchase products within the company. And this is something that is easier shown when you have a direct selling company that focuses on consumable nutritional supplements, right? Because your supplements are going to run out, so you got to buy them again. So it is really, really easy to show that people in companies where the product focus are consumable products, it's easy to show that the members use a part of their bonus to repurchase products from the company. But Price being a direct selling company that is taking this really modern approach into the industry and coming at it with a device that for a lot of people is a one-time purchase, that is why they have like hard built this framework of where 20% of your cash bonuses are reconverted into product point in order for this marketing plan to get regulatory approval worldwide and thus be able to show that people in this company are actually in it for the product and they are capable of repurchasing products as well. And if you are good with the marketing plan, and I'll talk about this a bit later in the strategies, you should always keep track of how many product points you have so you can make sure that you use them and convert them and sell them so you can convert them back into your own money. So, okay, sponsor bonus, sponsor product point. You only get them when you directly sponsor someone. You get $20 as a sponsor bonus and $70 as sponsor product point. Since 20% from your sponsor bonus will be sent to your product point, it would end up as $16 in your wallet and $74 in your bonus redemption wallet, which is what I call the product point. Moving on to level pairing. So how level pairing works is like this. When you have, okay, when you have one person on the left below you, and I like how this chart just kind of like flips the whole thing by 90 degrees, but you get the idea though. It's a bit harder to show left and right if you draw it out like this, but you get the idea. Or maybe I can just like manually do this. Ta-da! You guys see this, right? All right. So when you have one account on the left and one account on the right, you are given one level of level pairing. And For every level that your network grows, for every level that it goes down, you're going to get one level of level pairing. And remember, for level pairing, it doesn't matter who the sponsor is. The person could be sponsored by your upline, the person could be sponsored by your downline. It doesn't matter. As long as that person is in your network, for every level down that your network grows, you will get one level, one payment of level pairing. So, question number one, think about this. Yes, when you come to your first level, right? This is you, you're a little baby, and you have one person over here and another person over here. You have one level of level pairing, and it's really easy to show this because there's only one guy on the left and one guy on the right. How about a hypothetical level 100, somewhere down there, where you could possibly have like, I don't know, 50 people on the left and 50 people on the right? How does the system choose which account to take for level pairing? And that's what the first note says. The first account to enter that level. So let's say going back to my hand drawn examples, right? Okay. Let's say in this example, this is your level 99 and this is your level 100. On level 99, you may have like, I don't know, 50, 60 people here, and you have 50, 60 people here. So the first thing you got to understand is that where the first account comes in, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to follow the extreme left. It doesn't have to follow the extreme right. It really doesn't matter. All the system looks at is that it figures out which is the first account to enter this level. And the first account to enter a level, wherever on the level it is, just the first one is kept for level pairings. The first one on the left and the first one on the right is kept for level pairing. So what if you have those two first accounts on the left and on the right being different? And that's where you get the lower package payout. So if you have a silver on the left and a gold on the right, you're going to get the silver payout. If you have a gold on the left and a diamond on the right, you're going to get a gold payout. And let's say since we can upgrade our accounts at any time, let's say you have a gold on the left and a silver on the right. If that's, then you will get the silver's payout, but there's still the remainder left over from the gold. Let's say that silver account, that first account that came in, let's say that account upgrades to a higher package, the balance of the payout will be rewarded for level pairing. So level pairing, just to go through it, one on the left, one on the right gives you one level of level pairing. The first on the left and the first on the right. And you get this for every single level forever and ever. And that's what they mean by infinity level pairing. For every single level that you go down, you get one level of level pairing. So what does this say about the strategies in this business? It means that this is not designed to be the kind of business where you continue to do all the work. This is the kind of business where you learn to leverage the strengths of other people. So if you're doing this business actively, you consider yourself as a leader and you are just actively doing this business, right? Imagine someone like you on your left and someone like you on your right. And they continue to do this business not for their upline, for themselves, so they can make money. And how do they make money? They make money by going down level by level for them on the left and on the right. And even though these two people are working for themselves, because they happen to be in your network chart, you are rewarded for that. You are given the level pairing. That's why I have always said that this does not matter who the sponsor is, you continue to get one level per pairing. Okay. So that is level pairing. And now we're going to look at group pairing. Yeah, so basically what this says is that the first on the left and the first on the right generates level pairing. So in this case, it's B and A2. In this case, it's B1 and A3. And this remainder guy over here, A1, his pair is just kept for you in the system. So the A1 that you see there, the moment you get one guy here on the right, it goes down one level here on the right, you will get the level pairing. Does this amount that is saved here, does that disappear or flush out? Yes, if you don't maintain for 6 months in a row, I'm going to get to that later. But if you don't maintain for 6 months, you may have heard or read that half of your accumulated PV flushes. And if you don't maintain for 1 year in a row, all of the accumulated PV flushes. What flushes is stuff like this. It's stuff like A1 over here. Because A1's over here waiting for there to be another person here, and then they will pair and you'll get the level pairing, right? But this is just being kept for you until this goes down one level. And if you don't maintain for 6 months in a row, that is when you will lose half of the value that is saved here and saved in your group pairing as well. But I'll get into the maintenance bit a little bit later. And I do want to like not spend too much time getting distracted. And now we're going to go into the whole maintenance thing. So, okay, first of all, what is the maintenance thing? Why do we need to do it? What do we get if we do it? And what do we not get? All right. So in this company, when you buy one device for whatever price it is in your country, you are given, well, A, that device, but B, you're also given an account in Prife International and an access to a back office and an income that will continue to come to you forever and ever and ever. And what I mean by that is if your group continues to grow with or without you, with or without your effort, without your direct involvement in this, if your group is starting to grow and continues to grow on the left and on the right, then you are going to be getting your money, your income, your level pairing, etc. throughout. Even though all you did to get this is just become a member one time. And the whatever amount that is not paired is kept for you in the system. 1 second, Rosemary, is kept for you in the system until you are ready to until your other side catches up, and then you get the level pairing. In order for you to keep your account active, when you first join this company, you are given a 1+1 month period of active status, meaning the month you join and the month after that, your account is active. After that initial, possibly up to 2-month period of your account being active, your account will fall to inactive status. Okay, Rosemary, do ask me your question. I think you have one.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether I can't see the presentation.
Yes, okay, yes, that's because I haven't shared it yet. I'm about to
Oh,
do
cool,
so
lovely.
now.
Thank you.
All right. But just going back on the maintenance thing, right? Okay, here we go. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. Okay, so when you join this company, your account is active for like up 1 month to 2 months because you get the month you join and the next month. So if you sign up on the 30th of September, you get the rest of September and October. And if you sign up on the 1st of October, you get October and November free without maintenance. And throughout this time, as your account is active, you will get all bonuses in this company. But after that period, your account falls into what we call a non-active status. Your account is not maintained. In order for you to make your account active again, you have to essentially pay a certain amount into your product wallet. And in most countries, I believe in all, if not most countries, that amount is $30. US dollars. So what are you giving this money into? You're putting $30 into your product point. What can you do with the $30 that you're paying every month to keep your account active? You can get products with it. It's in your product wallet. So let's say, for example, you have you are putting in $30 every month into your account, into your product wallet via the maintenance process to keep your account active, right? In that case, after 11 months, you would have $330 in your product wallet purely from the money that you're paying in from maintenance, right? You can use that because that is a part of your product point. You can use that to take a product. You can even, if you have some money in your wallet right now, in your product wallet right now, whatever money you add through maintenance goes into your product point. And what happens if you don't maintain? Because maintenance is technically optional. What happened if you don't? Well, the cool thing is this company still rewards you for your effort done. Like if you don't keep your account active or maintained or whatever, but you're still able to go out there and sponsor some guy and get him to become a member, then you will still get your sponsor bonus and sponsor product point, even though your account is not active, because that is the reward for your work. And now, since the 1st of September, you also get your level pairing bonus. So if you have a big team growing on your left side, and even though your account is not active, you still sponsor one person or one person on the right, assuming that's not your first sponsor, you get what I mean. If you still continue to sponsor people on the other side, you will still get level pairing, even though you don't maintain your account. So why maintain? Why maintain is because of the income potential in direct selling. So like I've mentioned a billion times before, possibly, the whole thing behind direct selling is that this is an industry where you can really leverage other people's time and other people's efforts as part of your business strategy in order for you to get a little bit out of everyone's collective work. And if you think about it, that's what the group pairing bonus is. The group pairing bonus is 8% of any new sales that happens in your group. I haven't spoken about group pairing bonus yet, but group pairing bonus is essentially a percentage of any sales that happens in your group with or without your direct involved effort. So when it comes to things like group pairing, leadership bonus, stuff like that, all of these are bonuses that you start to get from the active development of the people under you in your team. They're just going about minding their own business, making money for themselves. But because they happen to be in your network, you are still making an overriding out of them for infinity, for level pairing and group pairing for infinity. So your only pay in order to qualify for that massive overriding is a $30 a month maintenance fee. And even that money goes into your product wallet. It essentially makes sure that if the company is holding on to all of these PV for you, if you really want to like override like forever and ever from like a one-time purchase, the least you can do is keep your account active, because even through the maintenance process, you're keeping your account active, you're like getting in touch with like the people under you, you're involved. And this also ensures that whatever group pairing overriding is not just going and parking itself and sitting under like accounts of people who are not even active. So it kind of keeps people involved and like still in the business. And that's the whole maintenance thing. The uni level bonus that we will look at later is a 3% overriding of all the people in your sponsor hierarchy who maintain under you. But that's something we'll talk about a little bit later. But all you need to know is that even if you don't maintain, you still get your sponsor bonus, sponsor product point, and level pairing. But how long can you go without maintaining? 6 months maximum. Because if your account is not maintained for 6 months in a row, that means that you're going to lose, like I mentioned earlier, half of the PV that is saved in your account waiting for pairing, whether level pairing or group pairing. And if you don't maintain your account for 1 year in a row, then all of the PV that is saved there is flushed away, it disappears. Meaning that, for example, let's say going back to my hand sketched example, right? Wait, how do I do this? Okay. You see this? Yeah. Let's say now you have a guy here and there's no equivalent person on this side. As long as you maintain your account by putting in 30 USD once every 6 months minimum, then the amount here is still kept in the system. So you can eventually at any time have one guy here and you will get the level pairing. If you don't maintain for 6 months, half of this amount is gone, which means that when you do bring someone here, you'll only end up getting half of the level pairing. And if you don't maintain your account up here for 12 months, then all of the PV maintained here is gone. And then on the 13th month or something, if you bring someone over here, you're not going to get the level pairing. Even though there's someone here, you have not maintained your account for the minimum once every 6 months period. So just keep an eye on that. All right. The fourth thing is the group pairing bonus. And the group pairing bonus may be slightly difficult to wrap your head around, but it doesn't really have to be. And maybe in order to do this, I'm going to try to sketch out something. Let's see if I'm capable of doing this. Oh, wait. Do we not do whiteboard anymore? Does Zoom not have the whiteboard option anymore? Because I don't see it.
I've still got whiteboard on mine.
Really? Because I don't have it on mine,
Bottom.
which is really weird. I have screen, iPhone, iPad, and like nothing.
Right at the bottom where you've got your share screen, record reactions
Uh-huh.
apps, there's a whiteboard button there.
No, that's what I'm talking about. Like in this screen that I see, whiteboard is just not given to me as an option. As
Have you got more? Magaline,
Yeah.
have you got more? The 3 dots and more?
Yes.
Click
Pause
on that.
recording,
It might
stop
give you-
recording, reactions, hide video panel, hide floating meeting controls.
And also if you make sure that your screen is maximized to the full width.
Okay, well, maybe if I stop sharing that screen, now I'll see something. Huh. I don't know why that is. However, let me just like, okay. So here's, sorry. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sketch out by hand and an average network development thing. So
I like the fact we have to go back to the old-fashioned way of doing it.
okay. All right, you guys see this, right? Do you guys
No.
see what I have drawn here? So the first thing I want to point out in what I have drawn here, and just work with me here. The first thing I want to point out is that no one has a full 2, 4, 8, 16 thing going on. You see the first guy, this guy, he has sponsored 2 people, and then there's one people below him. This guy has 2 and 2, and only one guy working here, 3 guys over here, and 1 guy over here. This is how most people's network development tends to look like. No one really has that neat, clean 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. A lot of people have like 1 person below them and 1 person below them, and maybe 2 people, 3 people, and so on. Okay, so since we're working through this, let's play along. You see that I'm gonna just make the numbers a bit bigger. Okay. All right. So you at the top, you have sponsored A, B, C, and D. I guess it might be mirrored for you guys. Let me see if I can at least change that and like make this a little bit easier. There we go. Better, better, I hope. All right. So you at the top, you have sponsored A, B, C, and D. Okay. You have sponsored 4 people. Quiz number 1. No sound, Patricia. Patricia, you need to connect to audio. That's on you. It's not on me. Patricia, connect to audio, please. Okay. All right. So you have sponsored 4 people and you have placed them first 2 under you and then 1 guy over here and 1 more guy over here. You sponsored 4 people. How many sponsor bonuses do you get? 4. How many sponsor product points do you get? 4. So far, so good, right? Easy questions. You sponsor 4 people, you get 4 sponsor bonuses. And now we look at this again. So this is level 1, this is level 2. Sorry, this is level 2, this is level 3, this is level 4, and this is level 5. How many level pairings do you get? Hold up in terms of fingers. I'm going to show it to you again. This is level 1, this is level 2, it's level 3,
4,
level 4, and level 5.
5.
4.
4. How many 4s do I have? All right, how many 5s do I have? Okay, the correct answer is, sorry, okay. So I should actually do polls. All right, the next meeting, I'm gonna like have polls and everything set up. We're gonna make this very interactive. And hopefully I'll have the whiteboard thing working by that time. Okay, you get 4 levels of level pairing because as you can see here, you have 1 person on this side in the 5th level, but there is nobody on this side on the 5th level. So for all of you who said 4, good job. And for those of you who said 5, you will get the 5th when 1 person enters this level. You get how that works? And you can wait as long as you want for that 5th person, as long as you maintain your account at least once every 6 months. You can just put in that person anytime and get that. Okay, so now I want to point out one thing. So you see that on the first level, you've got 2 people. So the first guy on the left and the first guy on the right are taken for your level pairing, right? So I'm going to cross those out. And similarly, you see on the second level, you have only 1 guy on the left and only 1 guy on the right as well. And the first guy on the left and the first guy on the right are given for level pairing. And similarly for the third one, I'm just going to go ahead and do it. The 4th one, and then the 5th one. So as you can see here, the first on the left and the first on the right are given out for level pairing, right? So do you notice that here on the 3rd level, there are 2 people on the left and 2 people on the right, but 1 person on each side has gone for level pairing, leaving 2 accounts there that are not paid out to you. And as you go into the 4th level, as you go into the 4th level, you have 1 guy on the left, and that guy goes for your level pairing as the first and only guy on the left. But on the right, you have 3 people, and the first guy on the right has gone for level pairing, leaving you a balance of 2 accounts. And on the 5th level, even though it is not paired yet because there's no one on the other side, that account is still reserved for level pairing. So here's how group pairing works. Okay. So here's how group pairing works. Group pairing starts from level 4 onward. So level 3 down, meaning 1, 2, 3. Okay. So level 1, you only get level pairing. Level 2, you only get level pairing. Level 3, you only get level pairing. And level 4 onwards, all of the accounts that are not calculated for level pairing, they go to group pairing. And how that works, it is a daily calculated thing. So, okay, for the sake of my example, I have added one more guy here on the 5th level, and there's no one on that side. So here's how it works. Firstly, the system looks at what are the accounts you have starting from level 4 that are left over from the ones being counted for level pairing. In this specific example, you have level 1, they're all taken for level pairing. Level 2, they're all taken for level pairing. Level 3, you have these two accounts over here that did not go for level pairing. However, because this is still in level 3, they don't get counted for group pairing. So you technically don't make money from these two guys. But going down from level 4, now you see that not counting the ones that are taken for level pairing, over here on the left, you have one account. And over here on the right, you have two accounts. Okay, so what does that mean? It means that from one account, there's 200 PV on the left, and from the two accounts that are not counted for level pairing, you have 2 times 200, 400 PV on the right. So now if we look at these slides, this makes sense. And while the slides are loading, okay, now if you look at the slides, this makes sense. This is what it means. So this, for group pairing, we first eliminate all of the 1-1 accounts that go for level pairing, and then we eliminate everyone else in levels 1, 2, and 3 because it starts from level 4. From level 4 onwards, not including the accounts that went for level pairing, they will count the total of the sales that have come for that day on the left and on the right. And in the example I gave just now, there's one account on the left and two accounts on the right, which means there is 200 PV on the left and 400 PV on the right. So the paired amount is the minimum amount that can be paired across both sides, and that would be 200 PV. And your payout for that day is 8% from 200 PV, which is 16 US dollars. So what group pairing does is, starting from level 4 and disregarding all the ones that went for level pairing, it takes a look at the total and compares it. In the example given here, this guy has 50,000 PV in one day on his left and 10,000 PV in one day on the right. And he is a diamond over here where he gets 12%. So the minimum paired amount here is 10,000 PV, and 12% of that is 1,200 USD. And since 10,000 PV has already been paired, the remaining 40,000 PV is carried forward to the next day. And even though group pairing starts from level 4, it goes down all the way to infinity. So any new account that comes in on the left or on the right, every single day, you are given a group pairing bonus. The percentage of it, this is the only bonus in the company where your membership package, the one that you came in with, determines the money that you make on a daily basis. Where if you are a silver, then your payout is 8% with a daily cap of 300 USD. If you're a gold, you get 10% with a daily payout of 900 USD. And if you're a diamond, you get a 12% payout with a daily limit of 3,750 USD. How many accounts do need to come in one day for you to hit the daily max cap of 300 USD for silver? I did the math and it's approximately 18 classics. So if your business, if your network is at a point where you are easily clearing, oh wow, it is already 5 o'clock. If your network has grown to a point where you are easily clearing 18 classic units every day, either on the left or on the right or accumulated, like if you have PV accumulated on the left, if you have a big lake and you have 18 units on the right, then that will already start to hit your daily max cap of $300. And that is the point at which you can upgrade. So like people, if you ask me, when should you upgrade your account? You should upgrade your account at the point where you are starting to hit the daily maximum capacity of your group pairing bonus. And final reiteration, the group pairing bonus is a percentage of all of the accounts that have come in one day, not including the ones that are kept for level pairing, starting from the 4th level onwards. I hope that is clear enough, because I do have to move on to the next one. Now I'm going to start being super quick because I'm actually out of time. And I appreciate your patience in like staying on and listening to me. Okay, so leadership bonus. Leadership bonus is the easiest thing to understand because this looks at a sponsor hierarchy. Maybe the only confusing thing about this to people is that this is not your placement hierarchy. So going back to hand-drawn examples. Remember this? Remember how you sponsored A, B, C, and D, and you parked them in various places in your network? If you were to redraw this placement chart by drawing a sponsor hierarchy, then here's what it would look like. The 4 people that you have sponsored directly, all are direct sponsors under you. This is your first generation of people that you have sponsored. You have directly sponsored A, B, C, and D. Your placement, you have placed them like this, up and down. And the placement is what gives you your level pairing bonus and your group pairing bonus. But if you were to look at it from the perspective of a sponsor hierarchy, then you have directly sponsored 4 people, and whoever that they sponsor is the 2nd generation, whoever that they sponsor is the 3rd generation, and so on. So leadership bonus is a percentage of group pairing bonus earned by people in your sponsor hierarchy. If someone that you have directly sponsored, which makes him your 1st generation, earns group pairing bonus, then your leadership bonus is 10% of that guy's group pairing bonus. If you sponsor someone, if you sponsor A, and A sponsors B, and B gets group pairing bonus, A being his direct sponsor is going to get 10% of that. And you being the 2nd generation, or rather him being your 2nd generation, you're going to get 5% of B's group pairing bonus. So group pairing bonus is paid out on a daily basis, which means a leadership bonus as a percentage of group pairing bonus is also paid out on a daily basis. If your account is a silver, you get all the way up to 4 generations of overriding of the leadership bonus of your sponsor people's group pairing bonus. If you're a gold, you get 5 generations of overriding. And if you're a diamond, you get 6 generations of overriding. And this is based on sponsor generation, sponsor hierarchy, and not the placement where we saw the level pairing and the group pairing. Okay. So this is one of those things that is a best case example projection. And I mentioned earlier that I would make those things very clear. So what is this assuming? This is assuming that you have sponsored a person who is a diamond. And you know how there is a daily maximum limit for all of this? If you're a silver, it's $300, and if you're a diamond, it's $3,750. This is assuming that you have sponsored one guy, that guy is a diamond, and that guy is earning the daily maximum capacity of group pairing bonus for a diamond for 30 days in a row, which means that in a month, he would have made the amount of $112,500. because this guy, this theoretical person that you've theoretically sponsored is theoretically a diamond, and he's theoretically making the daily max cap every day. And this goes to show that just by having this one guy, your leadership bonus as 10% of his group pairing bonus is 11,250 across those 30 days. And the cool thing is, you will still get this even though all you've done is just sponsor one guy. So look at this example. You've sponsored this guy and then you've stopped working, right? So there's no one on your other side. This guy is on your left. There's no one on your right. So you would have made the sponsor bonus by sponsoring this guy. You would have made the sponsor product point by sponsoring this guy. But you're not going to get level pairing because there's no one on this side. You're not going to get group pairing because there's no one on this side. But if this guy, that one guy that you brought, if he gets group pairing, then you still get your leadership bonus. That is a percentage of his group pairing, even though he's only one leg under you. Okay, so the maintenance thing that I spoke about earlier, what time is it? How much longer am I going to drag this? All right, I'm going to just stretch this out another 10 minutes. So 10 minutes here, guys. You be a little bit patient with me. So maintenance. Like I said, when you start your journey with Prife International, aka when you become a member in Prife International, you are given 1+1 month. Why do I describe it like that? Because what that means is that you are given the month that you joined and the next calendar month after that. So let's say you have joined on the 1st of October, you get all of October and all of November. Let's say you join on the 15th of October, you get the rest of October and all of November. Let's say you join on Halloween. Let's say you join at the end of the month. You get the rest of the month. Let's say you join on the 30th of October at 10 p.m. Malaysia time. Then you get the rest of October, which is 2 hours, and all of November. You get how this works.